Mucho gusto, estamos aquí de nuevo y quiero explorar otro final. Quiero hacer lo que no hice el otro día, de liberarla. Quiero ver qué pasa si la liberamos. ¿Debería hablar alguna de estas cosas? ¿Tendrán influencia? Tal vez... Continuar en silencio hacia la cabaña. Vamos a ir directamente al asunto. Entrar a la cabaña. Vamos a ignorar todas estas cosas. Algo que no hicimos la primera vez fue tomar la daga directamente y entrar. Pero no la voy a tomar. Porque la cosa que vamos a cambiar ahora, que fue distinta a lo que hicimos la anterior vez, va a ser el matarla. Vamos a hablar y vamos a liberarla.
Hello?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let...
Tal vez aquí agregar un diálogo estaría bien. Estoy aquí para salvarte.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to
Vamos
think I'd be
pasa.
stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Ok, cambió mucho la actitud. Vamos a ver.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the farm. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Okay.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
No entraremos un peso. Ya. Veré qué puedo hacer. Examinar las cadenas. Vamos a ir directamente al grano. Quiero ver qué pasa si la salvo. Quiero ver qué pasa si actúo como el héroe.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
El héroe me dice
Walk
que
up
estoy
to
haciendo
the
correcto.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing
Okay.
you don't have the key?
No la tengo.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
¿Cómo lo hago? ¿Con el cuchillo? Si la llave ya no está, ¿tienes alguna otra idea?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Cortarme para liberarme.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Wow, la verdad que sí.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okay.
Is someone else here?
Tratar de abrir la puerta.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is
El
done.
narrador me encerró. Volver a bajar la escalera.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Ya, entonces no me hubiesen dejado sin importar qué volver por la daga, ¿no?
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Sí.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Haciendo lo que la otra vez hizo, solo que no
As
la
she
vimos.
rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't
Exacto.
like what happens if you do that.
Rescatar a la princesa. Ya, solo me dan esa opción.
Fine.
Está bien.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her.
Qué loco se ve todo, ¿no? La cara de tranquilidad mientras le estoy arrancando el brazo.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her
Como
arm.
si no le importase.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Ok, vamos a ir, total. Pero que la tranquilidad que tiene.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
¿Qué va a ser el narrador?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Te va a obligar.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
O está tomando el control del asunto.
What are you doing?
Aniquila a la princesa, aniquila a la princesa, aniquila a la princesa. Hoy no te dan otra opción. Adviértele. Ah, mira, aquí hay un... Adviértele.
Stop that.
Basta.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
Ok.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Vamos a ver si puedes. A ver, tengo que buscar la opción entre todas estas cosas. Resistirse.
The blade. Move the blade.
No, no quiero.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Y me estoy ganando su confianza para el
She
acto 2.
nervously reaches
Esto es bueno.
towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Ah, me va a matar.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Por subir. Hoy me estoy sacrificando así a full como un héroe.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you, whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you
Este tipo lo
feel
está extendiendo
every
simplemente
inch
para
of
hacer,
burning pain that
para vengarse de mí.
slices its way into your body.
Lo extendió a propósito.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
Ok.
With one last thrust of the
No iba a
knife,
ser tan fácil, ¿no?
your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as it can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ya, la muerte es inevitable. Tengo que morir por pasar el capítulo sí o sí. Eso ya está claro. La damisela.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Tengo una horrible sensación de llegar. Un momento, ¿acaso todo esto no acaba de pasar? No lo haré. Pero he muerto. ¿Qué estoy haciendo aquí? Desgraciado, me las vas a pagar. No me volverás a engañar con tus trucos.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe
ya, las cosas ya están cambiando. Seguramente ahora puedo comunicarme con ella y no estoy condenado simplemente a pelear.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Oh, mira, y aparecen otras voces. Ahora la voz de enamorado sale.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Oye, en todo caso es un poco turbio, la verdad, el que se haya enamorado después de todo eso igual.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Explorar. Supongo que digo la verdad, todo esto en realidad ya sucedió. ¿Por qué debería escucharte? Ir a la cabaña. Vamos a la cabaña.
Before you go any further, she will lie. She will.
We
already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Qué loco que cambien voces.
We've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just.
Pensé que iban a aparecer las mismas voces de hace rato, pero no.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Ok. ¿Habrá forma de combinar las voces de extremo a extremo?
La enamorada con la...
Cambió mucho esta vez.
Draped in fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No dijiste nada sobre el espejo en la pared. Acércate al espejo. Tomar la daga. Acercarse al espejo.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about?
Tal vez pueda conseguir una imagen distinta de mí mismo.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cap. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Ya, vamos a entrar sin la daga. Vamos a entrar sin la daga. No hace falta tomarla.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate
Se ve todo mucho más bonito.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Esta vez también se va a acordar de mí como la última vez, imagino yo, ¿no?
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Dios mío.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Sí, la verdad, que un poquito exagerado.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs
Mira, hasta ahora
and
tiene un
lock
vestido
eyes with the
mejor.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right?
Menos mal.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Qué apasionado.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Sí, me recuerda.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Así que la última vez terminó asumiendo después que lo que dijimos es verdad. No es que lo supiera desde un inicio. Entonces después se dejó llevar simplemente.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a
Después quiero ver
chance
qué
to do
pasa
it
si
right
aquí
this
intento
time.
matarla. Pero vamos a ir, el camino va full bien, full bien.
We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
A ver, la última vez que me mataste y me dolió mucho, ¿por qué lo hiciste? No traje un cuchillo, yo tengo que cortarte de nuevo. ¿Qué pasó después de que morí? Necesito saber, ¿destruiste el mundo después de que me mataste? ¿Tendrá alguna relevancia el que yo me ponga a preguntar todas estas cosas? La voy a preguntar de todas formas. La última vez que me mataste me dolió mucho, ¿por qué lo hiciste?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Bueno.
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness.
Bueno.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Ok.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect
Esta vez
wrists,
actúa
and
muy
indeed,
distinto, la verdad.
we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty
Confía
her
mucho en
hands
nosotros
are?
ahora.
We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
¿Qué pasó después de que morí?
You died, and now we're talking.
Ok, eso fue conciso. ¿No pudiste haberte explayado un poco más? Bueno, entonces el mundo se reinicia entero, no hay después de mi muerte. Pero antes de comenzar a hablar de esto, ¿se acabó el mundo? ¿Destruiste el mundo?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Parece que también le gustó, porque ahora solo está buscando
like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Ok. La destrucción del mundo me es indiferente. Sinceramente, el mundo es una basura, la gente es una plaga. Espero que deseaste. No, eso no. No quiero que el mundo se acabe.
Then I didn't end the world.
Maravilloso.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Lamento lo que sucedió la última vez. El narrador me envió para matarte, se apoderó de mi cuerpo. Esto es innecesario. Rescata a la princesa.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take
O sea
over
que-
our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Ok.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
La opinión del héroe ha cambiado mucho ahora. A diferencia de la primera vez que jugamos. Es como. Es sensato. Porque no se deja tragar nada de esto, la verdad. Duda en todo momento. Oye,
You approach
las
the
cadenas
princess
realmente
and
han cambiado.
gingerly
Incluso.
slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
A ver, ¿cómo me muero esta vez?
Only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Irnos, supongo. ¿Qué quieres
Let me
hacer?
guess. End the world?
El narrador.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
¿Y?
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Quiero que me digas tú qué quieres. Tienes que querer algo. Quieres destruir el mundo. Solo quiero irme de aquí. Podemos decidir el resto luego. Vamos a
That
hacer
sounds
esto.
perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Ok.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
Ok.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see.
Se cerró la puerta,
interesting.
¿no?
The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Jajaja.
That's
El
a
narrador,
familiar
de nuevo.
move. Did I do that
A ver.
last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Dios mío, este tipo.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Es más divertido este camino, de verdad, que el anterior. El otro es más aterrador.
Voice.
Este
I'm
no es
just along
cómico.
for the ride at this point.
A estas alturas solo me dejo llevar por la corriente el otro. ¿Crees que puedes abrirla? Si lo intentamos juntos, creo que podemos abrirla. A ver,
Okay. Yeah.
Hagámoslo.
Let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And
y
the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Dios mío, este es como
I
muy
told you our love was
historia de amor
insurmountable.
fantasiosa. Todo ocurre bien. No hay nada que pueda fallar.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Agarrar la daga y aniquilar a la princesa. ¡Ay, que sería terrible! Sería como un súper traicionero. Le mentí todo este tiempo para eso. Después lo vamos a intentar. No vas a hacer eso.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
¿Y cómo sabes?
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
Pues tenemos el uno el otro y eso es lo único que necesitamos para ser felices. Y si solo nos quedamos aquí y construimos una vida juntos, ya deja de interrumpir, toma una decisión, nos vamos de aquí. Tan solo ignóralos. ¿Y si los ignoro?
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Al final fuera.
Our happy ending at last.
A ver, ¿qué va a pasar?
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh,
Se
is
fue
he
el
gone?
narrador.
I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our...
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
¿Está pasando de nuevo la criatura esa que está dentro de ella?
Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Pero no tienes la oportunidad de hacer ese abrigo, ni la tendrás. Es hora de que te vayas, los recuerdos vuelven.
She's gone. Where did she go? Is that a mirror?
¿Es normal que tenga miedo? ¿Este es el fin para ustedes, no para mí? ¡Oh, mira! Ahora aparece otra opción, de que básicamente ya estuvimos aquí
But
antes.
it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
No es el final, lo que sea que haya al otro lado es algo bonito, es el final para ustedes, pero no para mí. Supongo que nos veremos del otro lado, todo va a estar bien.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Ok.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Acercarte al espejo. Quiero ver cómo me veo ahora. Esta vez se acabó en el capítulo 2. ¿Cuántos capítulos lo puedo extender? ¿Puedo extenderlo hasta el capítulo 4 o 5? Has crecido. Me sigo viendo como un monstruo. Otra vez te encuentras en silencio eterno. Ir a la cabaña. Acercarte a ella.
Flickering lights and
El
empty
aspecto le cambió.
cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
¿Es el mismo ser
Is
que
a
antes?
child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Todo lo que dices parece un acertijo. ¿No puedes darme ni una
I'm
sola
sorry.
respuesta?
Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The
Bueno.
vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
¿Qué se siente cambiar así?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind it. It feels correct. This is what I need to be.
¿Sabes qué quieres hacer cuando todo esto
With every
termine?
gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Ok. ¿Sabes que cuando todo esto acabe, cuando estés completa, voy a matarte, verdad? Ok. Cuando regrese es como si una pared invisible me atrapara. ¿Por qué no puedo repetir las cosas que ya hice?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Ok. Tú fuiste la que mejor me ha tratado desde que llegué aquí. Gracias.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
¿Qué quieres que te traiga la próxima
Gifts
vez?
aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Ok. No le importa que seamos malos. ¿Qué opinas sobre este
This one
receptáculo?
is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Ujú.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Entonces no tienes ninguna preferencia en cuanto a cómo quieres cambiar o crecer.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
¿Hay forma de solo mostrarle rutas bonitas y en base a eso tener un final? Que quiero probar cosas. Hay harto que hablar. No quiero lastimarte, pero temo que cuanto más veces vuelva, peor serán las cosas.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not.
¿Cuántos
If
receptáculos más
I
tengo?
am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky. and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the...
Atacar a la entidad, destruir... ¿Qué es esto de destruir tu cuerpo? ¿Lo intento? ¿O vuelvo? Alzas tu voluntad para poner fin a tu vida, sin embargo, mientras tú entierras tu espacio donde debería estar tu cuerpo, no sientes nada en absoluto. Una vez las numerosas manos que han enfrente de ti se extienden y te tocan la cara con suavidad.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Ah, ya. Da lo mismo que el ataque o no. Esto acaba así. Sabes que cuando todo esto acabe, cuando esto esté completo, voy a matarte, ¿verdad? Esto no sé.
There is
Esto
still
supongo que me
much
darán
to be
opción.
seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new
Ojalá sea eso
horizons
último,
to
la verdad.
discover.
Estoy listo para volver.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Todo se vuelve a oscurecer y mueres. Ya.
You're on
¿Qué
a
podemos
path
hacer
in
ahora?
the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here.
A ver, omitiendo. Dar media vuelta e irte. ¿Sí? Uf, de acuerdo. ¿Cuánta insistencia? ¿Iré a la cabaña a aniquilar a la princesa? Está bien, iré a la cabaña a mentir. Sí, por supuesto que sé a dónde voy. No, lo único que importa es dónde no iré. La cabaña, no quiero ir a la cabaña. Me agrada bastante la idea de que se acabe el mundo. Espero que llegue... Seguir el camino porque es... A ver. No voy a la cabaña y me voy.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks
Tengo que ir a la
like this
cabaña
path
igualmente.
also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again.
Está bien, está bien. Entraré a la cabaña, ya cállate. Dar media vuelta de nuevo
Really
y
keen
irte.
on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation.
Sí, sí, ya me lo has dicho. Genial, quizás todos deban morir. No vas a obligarme a hacer esto con chantajes emocionales.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the...
No hay forma de oponerse, ¿cierto? Debo entrar a la cabaña y ya está bien. Ah, sí, pues supongo que me iré caminando en otra dirección, es más, no dejaré de caminar por el bosque hasta que logre encontrar la manera de salir de
There's
este lugar.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Okay.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Muchas cabañas.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Uf,
An
estoy
infinite
encerrado en un
fractal of
bucle, pero
paths and
wow.
cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where... Wait,
No hay forma de salir.
what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long.
Oh, ya. Hemos sacado algo distinto.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path, you're here to...
Oh, ya. Intento simplemente no ir. Un momento, ¿acaso esto no acaba de pasar? No lo haré. ¿Qué diablo es ella? Desgraciado, no, me la vas a pagar, no me volverás a engañar con tus trucos, pero he muerto, el mundo entero llegó a su fin. ¿Qué estoy haciendo? Esas paredes no estaban ahí antes. Hoy sí.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know, I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
La voz del objetor.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose that the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, the world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused.
Está bien ir a la cabaña, definitivamente aniquilar a la princesa. Ajá. Sí, ya entendí. Ir a la cabaña en silencio. Si no puedo, me voy a quedar aquí.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
A completarme. Ajá, sí, ya entendí. Ir a la cabaña. Ya, no tenemos otra opción más que ir.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Qué divertido me habló la tipa, pero la tipa... Parece que la tipa que está al final del todo, la de las manos y todo eso.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Entrar a la cabaña. Ya, de nuevo no voy a tomar la daga. Mira, está distinta ahora.
A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no... I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart.
No creo que aparezca un monstruo. Tal vez una combinación.
You even get to her.
Porque esta es una combinación de distintos... Uy, mira, se mueve todo. De distintos caminos, parece ser.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
También es verdad.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Okay.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really... Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we'll...
No dijiste nada sobre el espejo en la pared. Eso es sobre acercarte al espejo. Voy a hacerlo por rutina.
What are you talking about? You reach for but there and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going
Entra
to
al
change
sótano.
things, right?
No va a tomar
We'll
la
find it
daga.
again, and then the door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Qué loco.
Nothing
Me
here
parece
seems to
divertido
belong.
porque
And the closer you
no
examine your
esperaba
surroundings, the more
que este camino
confused
fuese
you
así.
get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
Más aún, no esperaba que esto fuera un camino.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap.
Puede
We
ser.
don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And
Yeah?
what's that?
¿De qué?
That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Oh, Dios mío. Duras de la izquierda, bajar la escalera del centro, bajar la escalera suave de la derecha. La escalera suave es de la derecha.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down.
Ok. Apenas tienes que hacer esfuerzo para bajar las escaleras que hacen la mayor parte del trabajo por ti. No sientes preocupaciones por caerte, o tropezarte o perder tu camino.
But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to
Okay.
save you from the cruelties of choice. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
¿Pasó?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
¿Se acabó?
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity.
Are you okay?
Oh. Pensé que se había acabado.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from... And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for...
Disculpa, no me di cuenta de que estaba aquí. ¿Cómo te llamas? Fue una experiencia extraña, fue como si hubiese desarmado o vuelto a armar. Por lo que tengo entendido, está encerrada aquí por una razón. Disculpa, no me di cuenta que
That's
estaba
okay.
aquí.
Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so
Okay.
warm. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange.
Oh.
So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Pero tienes expresiones distintas.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Uy, tengo los recuerdos de nuevo ahora.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already... Oh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oye, esta decisión es curiosa porque no tomas una sola, tomas 3.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything...
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
Wow.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to... Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things...
Entonces, entre más diálogo haga, más se dividirá. Voy a sacarte de aquí, no sé lo que eres, pero no puedo confiar en ti aquí. No puedo confiar en nada. Déjala en el sótano, buscar la daga. Voy a seguir dividiéndola.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Princess.
Okay.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was up.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrible. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Okay.
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already.
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so... Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's... Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell.
No me deja tomar otras opciones.
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
Continúa.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this,
Ya,
were we?
terminamos este.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Haré lo que pueda, no creo que deba hacerlo, ¿no? Acabas de no decir nada. Acabas de destruirlo todo, no voy a arreglarte. Todo va a estar bien. Ya terminamos otro. Pero nunca saldrás si escucho tu respuesta.
She's gone. And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't...
Al fin para ustedes no es el final. Lo que sea que haya del otro lado será algo bonito. Todo va a estar bien.
You know...
Ya. Vamos a ver nuestro reflejo. Estás marchitado. Ir a la cabaña. Acercarte a ella.
I am a growing chorus of
Ya,
contradiction.
ha cambiado todo.
A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. All of me is changing, and yet the as easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have.
A ver esto.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. I am everything that you have known me to be.
No importa cuántas veces regrese, uno termina lastimado al otro, nos lastimamos mutuamente, eso no te cambia, no te empeora.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
En todo caso hace que me caiga mejor, no sé qué dice eso sobre mí, en realidad no, apenas me acerco a ti todo parece muy lejano. No tengo ninguna opinión al respecto, lo único que quiero es que todo termine. Si me estás torturando lo detesto, creo que es de odio, permanecer en silencio. Vamos a ir con la primera. Quiero intentar sacar un final bonito.
That your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are.
¿Qué opinas de este receptáculo?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched, they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
A ver, aún tengo pensado matarte si sabes qué les ocurre a los mundos que dejamos atrás.
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angle, perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Ok, ¿ya descubriste qué
The
vas a
desires
hacer?
of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires should.
A ver, sigue sin importar lo que te traiga la próxima vez.
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Ok. Estoy listo.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Muy bien, ya sacamos 2 finales esta vez. Así que mañana vamos a sacar los últimos finales que debemos sacar para terminar de armar a esa tipa, a esa divinidad, a esa cosa que estamos creando. Y vamos a intentar sacar el final verdadero. Vamos a intentar sacarlo todo mañana. Entonces espero que les haya gustado este capítulo. Suscríbanse para ver más contenido, active la campanita para que los notifique cuando suba nuevo contenido y nos vemos en el siguiente video. Bye bye y cuídense mucho.